Some people see a bathroom design on Pinterest and then they decide to install it in their home, but then reality hits. Well, today I'm going to be exposing 5 bathroom trends that look amazing online, but then in real life, they become a nightmare to actually live with. From water damage to cleaning disasters, these are the bathroom upgrades that leave homeowners saying, "What was I thinking?" My name's Carrie. I'm a designer as well as founder of the blog Penny Modern, where we've been bringing you affordable modern home decor since 2019. I've dug into design reports from places like Better Homes and Gardens, as well as from House and the National Kitchen and Bath Association. I've also talked to actual homeowners that have installed some of these upgrades and the reasons why they've come to regret them. And make sure you stick around till the end because I've got 3 bathroom upgrades that are definitely worth your money. You're not going to want to miss that. One of my girlfriends was so excited when she was doing her bathroom renovation, and she showed me the tile that she had selected for her bathroom. And it was a ribbed tile that is very on trend. It's like that fluted look, the ribbed tile with lots of textures and grooves in it. And she thought that it was gonna make her home look straight out of a magazine, and I agree, it did. She installed it as a feature behind her vanity mirror to add a lot of texture and dimension to her bathroom. And it was great for about 2 weeks. And then reality hit. We were having lunch not too long after that, and she described to me some of the challenges that she faced with this ribbed tile. She described how there was all this dust and hair collecting in every little groove, as well as soap scum and even hairspray, because she did like to do her hair and do her makeup in her bathroom and right by her vanity, obviously. And it just collected all this dirt, dust, hair, and hairspray in it, and it became impossible to clean. These ribbed tiles and fluted tiles are definitely all the rage right now, and even those very small mosaic tiles with lots of grout lines. Designers love these tiles to add texture and dimension to your room, but here's the reality of living with them. The dust and buildup really settles into every groove, and that normally it wouldn't be that big of an issue if the surface was flat. You could just wipe it clean, but because there's so much texture on these tiles or in between these tiles, it becomes really hard to clean. You almost have to clean it with a toothbrush or a scrub brush. If you have a lot of grout in your tiles, it's gonna collect a lot of mold in the grout. And then if you have those ribbed or fluted tiles in your shower, just think how difficult it would be to get the soap scum and the mildew from in between the tiles. If you want to avoid having a cleaning nightmare when it comes to your tile selection, try to purchase those large format tiles that are going to have fewer grout lines and definitely a smoother surface. You also could try a textured porcelain tile that has a sealed surface so it doesn't have so much grout in it, and maybe something that doesn't have tons of little tiny ridges and divots where everything is going to get in between there, maybe something with a smoother texture to it. And if you really loved that ribbed tile or that fluted tile look, maybe you try to add it with some accessories. So you could get some of the bathroom accessories like a vase or a holder for your cotton balls, or maybe your soap dispenser that has that fluted texture on it. And that way, if it does become a problem, you could always replace it, and it's gonna be a lot easier to clean. Tell me what you think of these ribbed and fluted tiles down in the comments below. Do you think it's worth it because they're beautiful and they add a lot of texture, or do you think they would become a cleaning nightmare? Let me know down in the comments below. Next up, we're gonna move to the shower. A couple that I knew actually installed a rainfall shower head, and they called it the ultimate splurge, and they thought it gave that very spa-like vibe to their bathroom, and I do agree it does help give that vibe. Their rainfall shower head was mounted directly in the middle of their beautiful natural tile bathroom and walk-in shower, and it was really a zen-like experience. They were so excited, but then let's fast forward 1 month after having that rainfall shower head. The wife tells me it's like a gentle mist that soaks my hair whether I want it to or not. And forget about trying to just shave your legs while you're in the shower. You really can't just do that. You have to do a yoga pose to try to get out of the shower stream in order to just shave your legs. The idea of these rainfall shower heads is actually to make you feel like you're standing under a waterfall and embrace that nature feeling, right? And after a long day, wouldn't it sound very relaxing to just be underneath a waterfall of water that's going all over your body and helping you to relax? But here's the ugly truth that nobody's going to tell you. When those rainfall shower heads are mounted directly overhead, there's absolutely no directional control, so you can't control where the water actually goes. And there's also the risk of weak water pressure if you have an older home or maybe you live in an apartment building. The main thing that they complained about, my friends, that couple, they said that it's not really great if you're doing a quick shower, and especially if you're a woman and you don't want to wash your hair every day, it's really hard to keep your hair out of the stream of the water and wash the rest of your body. And when you're cleaning your shower, a lot of people actually use the shower head to aim the water stream in order to help clean the shower and when they're scrubbing the walls and everything, but you can't really do that with a rainfall shower head if that's your only shower head in the shower. What should you do instead? Well, I definitely recommend that you pair your rainfall shower head, if that's your dream, with a handheld one that goes on the wall or a wall-mounted shower head. So you'd have 2 shower heads in your shower. Or instead of installing the rainfall up above, maybe install the rainfall on an arm that way it still has some multi-directional control and you can use it to aim the water stream wherever you want it to go. That way it'll be easier to clean yourself, your dog, your kid, or anything else that you need to clean in your life. So what do you think about rainfall shower heads? Do you think that they're the ultimate spa accessory that you really want to have in your bathroom and you don't care what I say? Or is it something that you're thinking twice about? Let me know down in the comments below. One of my subscribers emailed me, oh, and by the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, you know what to do because we help you decorate your home like a pro. Hit that subscribe button. But anyway, she emailed me and the subject line read, "Touchless faucet regret." She said, "I thought that touchless modern faucet would be very hygienic, very sleek, and very chic looking. But instead, I'm actually waving my hands underneath it like I'm trying to cast a Harry Potter spell to get it to work." Her kids couldn't get the faucet to work at all, and then if the batteries die, you're stuck with a faucet that doesn't actually work. A lot of companies are promoting these touchless faucets as a very modern and chic and very hygienic amenity, and along with all the other smart features that people are trying to sell us, right? And a lot of us have gotten used to using touchless faucets in public bathrooms, although I get frustrated with them all the time. And a lot of people see a lot of these smart features as a more luxurious upgrade, and that is also why they've been trendy. Here is the problem with these touchless faucets in real life. A lot of times the sensors glitch and they don't actually detect your hands. There's no fine control over the temperature and the flow a lot of times. And there also is a higher maintenance that you have to replace the batteries on a regular basis, which is just a hassle. And honestly, I think a lot of people actually just turn the touchless feature off or they just completely replace it within a year. If you want that modern look, you can still get a very sleek, modern faucet that really works for you. You should probably save those touchless features for more of a commercial space or a public bathroom versus having that in your home. Speaking of your home, if you're thinking about doing a bathroom renovation, and that's maybe why you're watching this video, I've got a great free gift for you. It's my bathroom budget worksheet where it's going to help you plan your budget for your bathroom, and it has pretty much every line item of something you might need to spend money on for your bathroom renovation. Download your copy for free at pennymodern.com/freebies, and that link's down in the description. My mother-in-law was absolutely sold on the idea of having open shelving in her bathroom. She wanted that very minimalist spa look with the rolled up white towels, the little jars with the cotton balls, as well as the hanging fern from the shelves. When she added that to her bathroom, it looked absolutely gorgeous. But then 6 weeks later, I went over to her house and guess what I saw? It had a lot of backup toilet paper rolls because she had a family that visited very often and needed a lot of toilet paper, as well as a curling iron, hairbrushes, and even a half-dead pothos that she said she was emotionally attached to and couldn't get rid of. Open shelving in bathroom has definitely exploded thanks to this minimalist, Japandi, Scandinavian inspired design, as well as people just wanting a very spa-like experience for their bathroom. It looks curated, clean, and very accessible, and designers love it because it actually makes your bathroom feel bigger when you have a small bathroom and you don't have a bunch of closed cabinetry. You have open shelving and it actually makes your bathroom look bigger if there's not a lot of stuff on the shelves. Here is the harsh reality of having open shelving in bathrooms. The first one is you really need to declutter consistently and have a very curated look to your shelves, kind of 24/7. All of your items that you put on there just end up like visual clutter, which can be annoying and make your bathroom look smaller. And if you have a partner or children sharing the space, that can make it 10 times worse because a lot of times they'll just leave stuff on the shelf and it's up to you to clean it and curate it and put it back in its place. What I personally would recommend instead of open shelving in the bathroom, because they also can collect a lot of dust, as well as if you do a lot of makeup or hairspray and things like that, do the closed cabinetry and make sure you get a lot of organizational items, and they have a lot of them on Amazon. So you can really maximize the space inside your vanity, or if you have other cabinetry in your bathroom that has doors on it, just make sure you have the proper organization tools to maximize that space. And you can even add very cheap and inexpensive dollar store baskets inside of your cabinets to really maximize that space. If you really want to have that open shelving look, you can add maybe a single shelf at a higher level, like above eye level, to put decor on, and maybe you just don't use it for everyday items. So tell me in the comments below, do you love open shelving or do you want the closed cabinets? I want to know. Let's start a debate down in the comments. Let's hear it. I am against open shelving in the bathroom, but I want to know what you think. My neighbor actually installed one of these next items that I'm going to tell you about in her bathroom, and she said it was very futuristic because it was one of those wall-mounted toilets that was very sleek, very modern, and it even had a LED nightlight. She actually called it the Tesla of toilets. But then 3 months later, we got to talking. A slow leak inside her wall actually led to soggy drywall and a $2,300 repair. And she actually said to me, I wish I'd just gotten a regular toilet and a scented candle. These floating toilets or these wall-mounted toilets are definitely in a lot of luxury homes, as well as even luxury hotels, to give a very sleek, modern, futuristic look. A lot of designers actually recommend them for very small bathrooms to help make the bathroom appear bigger. Here is the problem with floating toilets. They can be plumbing kind of wild cards. That tank is actually hidden inside the wall, and so if you have any kind of leak or issue, you're gonna have to perform open heart surgery on your wall to get to that tank. You also might need extra reinforcement in order to support that tank inside your wall. And also the parts can be hard to get, and it's not just standard toilet parts if you ever do need repairs down the road. So that can increase your maintenance costs. I do recommend getting a toilet that is not having that hidden tank in the wall. There are actually lots of very affordable toilets that have a more modern shape to them. There also are even toilets that are smart toilets with a built-in bidet that, again, that tank is actually not inside the wall. It's all exterior, so it's going to be a lot easier to work on. And you can still get some of that bells and whistles and the smart features along with that modern shape, but not actually have it hidden inside your wall. Okay, this is that section that I told you about, and I'm gonna give you 3 bathroom upgrades that I definitely recommend and that are worth the investment. And also, if you have been finding value from this video, hit that like button. It helps other people just like you to find this video. This next one is actually a hack that I found that is, if you buy a house, or maybe you just have a house with one of those exhaust fans that's dated, old, dirty, and grimy, instead of just upgrading it or removing it and putting in a new one, you can actually get an exhaust fan with a light, and that'll add extra light to your bathroom, and it also keeps the fan. And these are a little kit that you can buy from Home Depot, and it literally will just go into the motor that you already have, and it has a brand new cover as well as a light. So whenever you turn on the light, you have your fan and your light. I really love it, and they're very affordable over at Home Depot, and I'll link to some of my favorites down below. The other thing is upgrading the lighting around your vanity. So instead of doing an overhead light, you can actually do sconce lights, which is probably what I am going to do when we renovate this bathroom, is having those beautiful sconce lights on either side. You may need to get an electrician if your vanity light's overhead, but that's going to add a lot of atmosphere. It's going to add softer lighting. It's also going to be more complementary, make you look better, and it's going to add a lot of visual interest, and that is something, and it's also going to be unique. So that's something that's going to help you, and it's not going to hinder you. And this next one is actually just adding all those storage features. So having those drawer organizers, and especially having some kind of under cabinet, under vanity, under sink organization that kind of helps you maybe have different levels of organization. So you can put smaller items down below and other items on top, and just trying to maximize your storage space so you can have less things on your counter. That's going to make your bathroom feel more spacious and more clean and inviting. And that way, I definitely recommend some of those, and I have those linked down below in my Amazon store, so check that out. And now that you know some of the highest maintenance bathroom design features that people really regret, do you want to know what some of the latest and greatest bathroom designs are so that you can elevate your bathroom and make it look amazing? Then watch this next video, which is all about the latest and greatest bathroom design trends, and I'll see you in that next video.